So, Dos, your thoughts on tonight's performance?
Very disappointing first half. I thought we got the absolute run around. Struggled to cope with their system and the way that they played. Got it sorted at half time. I thought we'd come out very, very good for the next sort of 25 minutes. Great goal from Rooney. Got back in the game, on top of the game, and then gave away a deflected second goal. You know, the stats of the game would say they had 2 shots and 2 goals. Teddy didn't make a save all night. After we scored, because I only want to talk about the second half because the first was non-existent for us. The second half we had a 20-minute spell where we were peppering their goal and crosses and shots. But unfortunately, goals change games, and that second goal again looks as though it knocked the confidence, if I'm being honest. So, it's a poor result. It's a poor sequence of results, and we've got to go to Dulwich on Saturday and make sure we get one.
2 different sides, as you mentioned, coming out in that second half. I suppose it was pleasing for you to see the change in tempo and confidence in the team.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do as a manager and coach, and obviously Bairdy's in with me now. We told him to make the pitch much, much smaller. I thought it was a back 4, we dropped far too deep. There's a massive gap between the back 4 and the midfield 3. Massive gap from them to the strikers. So St Albans just played it around us and through us so comfortably. What was strange is we'd actually tactically set up for them to play. It's the first time they played a 4 all season, and what they did tonight was put all their very fast technical players on a 3G pitch, and I thought they were excellent. I've got to say that. I thought St Albans moved the ball, but not really an end product. Jeffers does what he always does. 2 minutes before half time, you don't see him, and then scores a goal which we've got to be so disappointed at. We let the cross come in far too easy. One bit of movement from Jeffers. Again, as an analysis team, you can only tell the players that's the movement he makes. In fairness to Joe Osler, I think at that point he was really struggling with his ankle. Second half, as I said, Bairdy's got us reorganised. The players took it on board very quickly, I thought, and we got back in the game. And the second half was, for half an hour, was all us. In fact, if you take most of the second half by their goal, it was all us. So it's a game of 2 halves. They've got their goal, we got our goal, and then a deflected goal for Villa Rodney. It's the way it's going at the minute.
I think you summed it up in that second half. It really is the highs and lows of football. You sort of had the highs getting the goal, sort of the best time you sort of can score, and then to have that sort of deflected goal against the run of play is just a bit of a sucker punch.
Yeah, and there's not a great deal that you could have done about that particular goal apart from not give the ball away in your own half. And everyone makes errors, everyone makes mistakes. I'm not going to pin anyone particularly, but we were on the attack. We've given the ball away straight back to him, 2 passes. It ends up as a corner. And it's come back or not a corner, but down in that wide area. Terrell, rightly so, has gone to block the shot, and it's taken a deflection and has gone in. But I keep saying to everyone, if we don't get into the playoffs come April the 28th, then we're culpable. It's as simple as that. But if we do and we go in with form, then we've got every chance of doing well. This is a good team, but it's in a dodgy spell at the minute, as most teams have tough runs during the season. We're on ours at the minute.
I was about to mention that, it is our tough run. You've seen it at Ebbsfleet before over Christmas, losing
Dartford.
5 games. Dartford, yeah. At the moment, a point in 5 games, obviously, for you and the management team isn't acceptable at the moment, but everyone goes through it, as you say.
Yeah, listen, we'd love to have gone and got 10 points and, almost have secured our playoff place, but you've got to be big boys, Life isn't always on your side and life isn't always good. So, I think some of this is self-inflicted, I've got to say. You look at the suspensions, the amount of suspensions we've had, and 2 and 3 players not being available. You look at our bench tonight, and we didn't have 1 striker on the bench. Sam Matthews, groin strain tonight, Ruffy out and Mo out. All those 3 are likely to be available on Saturday, and that makes a huge difference. I think going in for this last 11 games with what we think's our best 11, will make or break the season. And like I said, I'm quite happy to say it. If you get into the playoffs, as we fully expect we will, you've then got to be in those playoffs in good form and have a bit of luck. So, everyone can get out. Listen, there will be outside noise at the moment. I get that. There was outside noise. People wanted Dennis Kutrip sacked when he had Ebbsfleet on a 5, losing 5. You don't know what he's doing. At some point, it needs to turn. It needs to turn quickly. But as I said, you can either panic and put your head down, or you can put your chest out and go again. And I've been around far too long in football to know that these runs won't stay. And once you get out of them, you'll probably go on a very good winning run. Because when you're winning in football, it never feels you can ever lose, like we were at the start and the middle of the season. And just at this moment of time, you need to buy yourself a win. And that will give you the confidence.
And looking at that bigger picture, you're looking at around 72 points, 74 points to get into the playoffs.
72 will get you in the playoffs, yeah.
And it's all about the form as well. We've seen teams fly into 7th and then they're not going up. It's all about that run of form towards the end and towards the playoffs.
Yeah, we've got to get in there first. You know, I'm not even talking about playoffs until we get in there. But I'm making the point that if we don't get in the playoffs, then we're culpable.
Looking ahead now to Dulwich as well, it's going to be a tough game, but with a new manager bounce, but hopefully it's a good place and a lot of people to impress as well there.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be over 3,000 in the crowd. We know Hakan very, very well. Did brilliant last year, you know, to get Maidstone promoted. Thought very unlucky, to be honest, for him to lose his job there, because he did so well to get him up. And he'll go to Dulwich. You'll get them very, very organised very quickly. You saw that they beat St Albans 1-0 at Dulwich last Saturday at Champion Hill, and he took over a team that had been struggling. But like I said, they had a difficult evening on Monday. You know, Man United had a difficult evening at Liverpool on Sunday. You know, so Liverpool had a difficult night at Real Madrid. So listen, that's football, and if you don't know your football, then you'll panic. But now's not the time to panic.
Lovely. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.